This is a project that I've been working on in South Carolina for the most of the winter. It's a pole barn and it had a large porch. We decided to make the porch the stalls. And then this side was a shop, this side was a garage. This will end up being a wash stall and this will wash stall and the tack room. We took all the bottom boards out too, so the horses would have more ventilation and headroom. Did a little framing. We had to add on, I believe, 12 feet on each side. We did all the demolition with that hammer.
Alright. What is this here? I'll show you.
Me being funny.
See?
So we did end up doing all that demolition with that hammer. That whole wall. Little excavation so we could put the cement pads in for the two stalls on the outside. These were the original trusses. They didn't have any brackets or anything supporting them. So we put a 2x12 underneath and all brackets to hold the trusses. That we had to put that 6x6 in because somebody decided they wanted a doorway there, so they moved it. So we had to jack up the ceiling and put it back in place. Some more framing. Putting the new trusses in. There we're starting to put the sheeting on the right hand side as the plywood. Whole thing's covered now. We had done the shingles, but we hadn't finished the edges because we hadn't built the overhangs yet. We did this every day. Had a little rain. South Carolina, it wasn't always good to us. Started framing in while we waited for things to dry out. Framing in the back wall of what is now going to be the stalls. It would have been the front of the porch. And then we started framing in the back while we were waiting for the cement. And there's some cement. Stall front. There's the electrical box. We had to move that. Sheeted the outside but didn't cut the windows out. Okay, this was a pedestrian doorway that we cut out, all cement block, as the entrance for the wash stall. A lot of work. Between the doorway and those windows, we built a wall to separate. The tack room is going to be on your left, wash stall is going to be on your right. There's a drain in the middle. You can just see it to your left. We poured water in there and the water went to the walls. So Brad had to cut out all the old cement and redo it so it would slope down. So it would slope down to the new drain. And we had to move, of course, we had to move the drain. Brad studying. We also did the plumbing ourselves. Hot and cold water for the wash stall. I was in charge of that. Those little brackets. See, there's the wall now. And then we had sheeted and trimmed everything. So the wash stall is like 90% done there, I think. Remember, there was a door to the left. Now there's this wall. And then we had, it was white siding before. We took the white siding off and put beadboard in. I was mad at Brad because he wouldn't let me use 4 of the same color screws. So there's the view out of the tack room. And again, some of Brad's cool trim work. Beautiful house that the people are going to move into soon. And I think the horses are going to have a beautiful place to live. Cute little heater just to take the edge off the tack room. We had the grates built for the back of the window there. And we sheeted the whole, remember only half of this building was beadboard, and it didn't match anyway, so we tore it all off and redid it. We did the soffit. And the facial board. Some long nights. The soffit's all finished for that day. We put some can lights in the soffit just so nice effect. We had these windows made. Didn't really know exactly how they were going to turn out, but I think they look beautiful. We were a little worried about moisture, so we took these vinyl 2x6s and cut them down and mitered the edges and used those to trim out the windows. So the horses, if they chew them, it's a solid white all the way through. It's also vinyl, so it won't splinter, and it's waterproof. That's with the sheeting on outside the vinyl siding. The latch to keep the doors open, or windows, I'm sorry. Hadn't gotten to the latches there yet. There's the rest of them. Still have to move the eaves trough over. There's the shingles are finished. That's the back of the stalls. That'll be where the water comes. There's a little quarter turn valve in the front of the stall, and we'll make those turn down. Anyway, that's it.